So let's go ahead and plug it in here so it's in the back and plugs in. Our power switch here is on the right side of the printer. We should be able to power it on, so let's go ahead and switch it on. And there we go, you can see screen lights up. It says Photon, and you guys probably can't see none of that because it's way too bright. See if I can adjust the camera here a little bit. So let's go through the menu here. So we got print, system, tools. So when you hit print, it's going to read that USB port there on the side. System is going to let us adjust our language, which looks like it's either Chinese or English. We got service, where we can contact the company, and information about the printer. Let's go back. Probably the most important one here is tools. Here we have some commands and also tests. So here on the move, we can move the Z-axis up and down and also home it. And you can choose the increments there on the top. And then we got detection. So what detection is going to do is test the screen to make sure it's operating correctly. And we'll do that here in a second. And down here, we got a button called Z=0. So that's going to basically save the home. And we'll go through that in a second when we level the build platform. So to the right here, we have 3 more buttons. One of them is settings. And that gives us to adjust our UV power. So you can actually control that if you want to go less than 100%. So I'm going to leave it at 100. And then we got our sound control. So if we click that, now no matter what we click, it's not going to beep. So I'm going to leave that on, I guess. And that's pretty much it, guys. Then we have the back button here that goes back to the menu. So yeah, very simple and very easy to operate. So let's go back to move, and we're going to be clicking on this little home button after we install the build plate. So on the build platform, you want to peel off this protective sheet, and maybe you guys can see a little better there, the pattern that's on here. So this is just scuffed up. It's not actually like deeply textured. It's more of a scuff, so you can basically not almost feel it. So it's very fine scuffing. We'll remove the tub for now, and the build plate literally just slides right in here. We're going to tighten it with this knob. You're going to grab the large Allen wrench, and what you're going to do is you're going to loosen 4 bolts, 2 on each side. And what that's going to do is it's going to completely cut it loose where it can move up and down a bit. So now we can grab our little leveling paper. We're going to put it underneath between the screen and the build plate. So let's go ahead and click that home button. And that's going to bring it up and then back down, looks like. Okay, so yeah, it did somewhat compress into the plate, and it can still move around up and down. So yeah, once you got your paper under there, now what we need to do is lock it in this position. But the best thing I found is that if you take your hand and kind of put pressure, but make sure you don't push too hard because you do have the screen under there. Just slight pressure, and then we can tighten these bolts on the side. And you don't want to go crazy tight on there because we do have 4 pretty large bolts, and just snug, and that should be good there. And the paper should move around in there, but what I like to do is I like to go up 0.1 just a little bit, and then here we can really see how good it is, and it does seem to have pretty good drag on all the corners. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. So on the screen, what we want to do next is go back, and then we're going to go click this set to 0. It just saves this current position of where it's at. So let's click on it. So it's going to ask us if we want to save it. We're going to click enter for yes. So it's saved, and now it's going to raise the platform. Click enter. And there we go, guys. And that's how you level this build platform. Now, if you do start printing and you find it that, you know, you're maybe too low, or like having elephant foot on the bottom of your prints, then you can just repeat this process with maybe a couple sheets of paper or something a little thicker. Pretty straightforward and not very hard to level this thing, and pretty quick to get started here. So for the next part, let's go ahead and take the build plate off. We're going to go ahead and test our UV lights and the screen, make sure it's operating correctly. So we're going to click on detection, and here you guys can see we got 3 different patterns to choose from, and it's going to run it for 6 seconds. So I'm going to click on this first one here and next, and it should draw and there you go, you guys can see it draws the pattern that's on the screen. So we'll go back, we'll go to the next pattern, try that one out. So this one's in the middle, a box, or I guess rectangle, and you guys can see those matrix UV lights in there. And the last one here actually is completely wide open, so it's a lot of UV light. All right, so yeah, this is how you test your screen and UV lights to make sure everything is operational. So yeah, everything looks good for this printer. And by the way, guys, I didn't mention, but these little nubs here are also great as little feet. You can see they kind of stick down a little past. So when you do set the tub down, it has little feet where the film doesn't touch the bottom, which is nice, you know, if you need to pull it out with resin in it. Yeah, a lot of good attention to detail here. So let's go ahead and lock in the build plate, or I guess I meant the tub, and the build plate here goes on the top. Very nice. I like how large this knob is, easy to tighten. And that's it, guys. I mean, we're pretty much ready to go. So for the next part, before we pour resin in here, let's go ahead and check out and see if we have anything on this thumb drive that was included with the printer. So it does plug in here on the side, and it actually does have a light that blinks. So let's click on print, and sure enough, we do have a test file in there. Let's see if we can see what it looks like. Okay, so yeah, once you click on it, you can see the preview there. And it does look like a specific file for this printer because it ends with the .pm3, I think. So here we have some functions on the side. We can either delete it or start it and then just go back here. So, all right, so I'm gonna move the Z-axis all the way up or somewhere higher. And I'm gonna reposition you guys so we can see a little better. All right, so for the next part, we are ready to put some resin in there, and I'm gonna be using this Anycubic water washable resin. So this kind of resin is actually a little less stinky or smelly, so it is still, you know, dangerous. You wanna take the safety seriously, and that is make sure you have good airflow in the room. And also you do wanna wear your gloves if you're gonna come in contact with the resin. So since we're just pouring it in, we should not be touching any of it. Another thing to consider is you might wanna wear a mask to, you know, limit those particles getting in your lungs. So let's go ahead and shake this bottle up. So you want to shake it up pretty decently. Maybe not, you know, ultra violently, but just a really good shake, because if this thing's been sitting around for a long time, you want to make sure all the polymers get mixed up really good. So, and also I noticed that if you use the brand of resin that's actually from the manufacturer, a lot of the times the prints do come out better because they do have their own formulas, and even though they're all very similar, they're quite different from, you know, manufacturer to manufacturer. All right. So this one here is foil sealed. So yeah, we're just gonna simply pour it in there. And depending on how much you're gonna print, you might wanna go, you know, as far as max, but I'm not gonna go that high. I'm just, probably that's plenty here. And also you wanna go ahead and once you're done, close this thing up right away so it doesn't get contaminated or just, you know, start evaporating and things like that. So also I forgot to mention that we do have the gray here, which is great to see the details on the prints. So yeah, guys, at this point, we're pretty much ready to start printing. So we're gonna go here and click on print, choose the file, push play. And there it goes. So you guys saw that once the build plate went in, it actually raised quite a bit. Yeah, just be careful not to overfill it. Definitely don't go past that max line or it's going to be very close to the top. So, all right, so yeah, it started and we are on our first layer there, and we'll look at the screen here in a second, but pretty much we are printing. So the first however many layers are going to be longer, and then once it gets past that, it's going to be pretty quick. So now we can go ahead and put this cover on, and this will minimize the smells coming out of the printer and also keep UV light from going in and, you know, messing with the resin. So you definitely want to print with this thing on. And also I noticed that this cover has a little lip here that it sits on, so it really is pretty good fit and it kind of drops in where it needs to go. So yeah, again, very nice attention to details. And I really love the size of this printer. And I don't think I've mentioned yet, but we got a pretty good printing volume of 163 wide, 102 deep, and 180 millimeters tall. So yeah, quite a reasonable build volume for this printer. All right, so we are printing away, and you can see this is our layer that we're on, or the way it looks. And then down here we have the layer count, which is 7 out of 1,000. Here we have estimated time that it'll take to finish, which says 3 hours at this point. And also there's a percentage bar there, and we're at 0 still. So on the side we have settings, pause, and then cancel. So if you click on this little arrow here, it'll take you to more info. So we got the file name, the printing time, how long it's been, about 5 minutes since we started. Time remaining, 2 hours and 59 minutes. Remaining layers, 991. Required resin, so we need 3 milliliters, I guess it says. And then printing progress at 0. That's nice, it has more printing information there. So let's go ahead and click the settings button. So here we can adjust the bottom layers. So there's 4 bottom layers, and they're gonna be exposing at 23 seconds per layer. And then all the layers after that are gonna be at 2 seconds per layer. And here we have the exposure offset, which is set to 1. And these are all your controls. And to change that, all you gotta do is just click on it. Then you can change it here and then push the check mark to enter it. We'll leave everything as it is. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's very simple and quite easy to navigate. Now, one thing I'm really curious about is the pause button, because when you do hit the pause, you do want the the build plate to go up so you can see, you know, if your layers have stuck and everything is good. So once it goes up a little bit more into the layers, we're gonna hit that pause button and see if it'll raise up so we can see, you know, if our model has stuck to the build plate. All right, so we're on like layer 78 now. So let's go ahead and take this lid off and test the pause feature. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that and see what happens. All right, so I finished that layer and now it's going up, looks like. All right, that's pretty good. I mean, we do have a very reasonable gap there. See if I can zoom you guys in. Maybe you guys can see we do have something under there that's stuck onto the build plate. So yeah, this is a great way to check if, you know, your print started and everything is good. So I'm really happy that Anycubic put this feature in there because it is definitely quite useful, especially for beginners, you know, that want to check, make sure everything's good, or even if you're changing resin or whatever the reasons are, this is a very nice feature to have. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is just click play or resume, and it's gonna go back to printing where it left off. All right, well that's cool. I'm gonna put this lid back on and we're gonna continue printing this print. We'll see how our first one turns out. All right, so our first print is done, and here it says that it's finished and it took 3 hours and 9 minutes. All right, so let's go ahead and pull off the cover. And by the way, with the cover on, there was not much smells at all with this printer. And as I take it off here, I can definitely smell it. So yeah, the cover actually does a really good job keeping all the fumes in, and because of this lip, it kind of seals it off. So we can see our print there is printed and stuck to the plate. So I'm gonna move this sheet in here. Since this is water washable resin, I do have a little bucket of water here. At this point, you want to put on some gloves to protect yourself from resin getting on your skin. So let's go ahead and take it off the printer. So what I'm gonna do, since we're gonna continue printing, is I'm gonna just break this off of the build plate and then we'll throw it in the water to wash it. So let's go ahead and try this included spatula. It's actually kind of big, so hopefully we can get it off here pretty easily. Okay, yeah, so that was quite simple. Came right off. So I'm gonna throw the model here in the water so I could start getting that resin off of whatever's not cured. And you guys maybe could tell the water turned hazy right away. So making sure there's nothing on the build plate, we can go ahead and put it back for our next print job. But yeah, this thing should be pretty clean if we just kind of shake it around in the water. And yeah, this is the great thing about the water washables, guys, is it makes it very simple because you're not dealing with harsh chemicals like, you know, alcohol, which not the best thing to have, especially in a room. But yeah, simple as that. I got this little rag here for microfiber, and we just kind of dab it a little bit to get moisture off of it. And this is what it looks like. So I don't really see an elephant foot on the bottom, which is a good sign. And yeah, as far as the layering, I can see it somewhat, but it does look pretty good overall. So what you want to do once you clean it up is let it naturally dry. Don't put this in your curing machine with ultraviolet lights right away until it dries, or even out in the sun. You just want it to be somewhere in the shade, but still lots of light, and it'll dry naturally and will look really good. If you let it dry too fast, it could crack it, especially with the washables. So yeah, guys, we printed our first print and everything looks great. So cleaning water washable resin is actually pretty simple. The best thing to do is have a wash and cure station, which will let you wash this pretty easily and also cure the bottles. But if you don't have one yet, you'd have to resort to just washing it with what you have. So pretty simple. We're just gonna take the build plate off. And I got this little tray here, we'll set it in there. Now we do need to empty the resin back into the container. You obviously don't want to waste it. You want to put back the extra that you didn't use, but you don't want to just pour it in here the way it is. And what you're going to do is use a filter that'll catch any kind of particles or any, you know, contamination in the resin. Actually, let me put this in the tray here. Yeah, the filters are usually not made for this kind of job here, so maybe having a funnel will also help. I'll go ahead and cut the tub loose. Probably a good idea to take these out. And we do have a pour spout on one corner, which we can pour. So I'm gonna have to hold it kind of in the air so it doesn't touch, because if it does, it's gonna leak everywhere. But yeah, pour back the resin that we didn't use from the tub. And however much patience you got of holding this until it's pretty much all out. There we go. So yeah, I really like this spout here. It's pretty nice and it doesn't, you know, drip all over the place. We want to go ahead and close this right away. So I'm going to go and rinse these off camera, but this should, be very simple. Just water washes it right off. All right, so everything is washed. Let's go ahead and wipe it off here a little bit. So yeah, again guys, water washable resin is pretty awesome once you use it. And I'm really liking this one from Anycubic. It seems to work very well with this machine. Nice and clean. And just like that guys, the machine is clean and ready for the next print session.